Hi friends, log on to my website fastbeam.com and talk to me on the forums. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram.
Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving the Subaru WRX, where WRX stands for World Rally Experimental. We'll come back to that in a bit. You can see the design is very purposeful. It gets a massive hood scoop, by the way, that's functional. The lights are nicely placed over here as well. There's the Subaru logo. This car looks absolutely brilliant. Coming to the side, you can see the wheels look really nice on this car. Now this is 18-inch rims, and I think they are optional. 18 inches are actually standard on the STI WRX written over here. And from the side it looks so purposeful and so nice. In fact, it might just pass off as actually a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. That's how good it looks. There's a subtle integrated spoiler over here, WRX written over here, and it gets quad exhaust. That's again a very nice touch. It says WRX over here. Subaru symmetrical four-wheel drive, symmetrical all-wheel drive. And let's quickly open the boot of this car. Again, I need to use the remote to do that. Here we go. So the boot is large enough and there is space to keep stuff here as well. It gets a spare wheel, small size spare wheel, which is 145/70/17. So the boot is actually quite big, I would say. And let's quickly get into the rear seat right away. So as you can see that the rear seat isn't very spacious and feels slightly claustrophobic because of the rather small windows. Scooped out seat back, magazine holder here as well, and actually there is no cup holder here in the center, but it gets a center armrest which gets twin cup holders. All rear seats get adjustable headrest, multiple airbags, coat hook is over here, and cabin actually feels quite nice. There's a big fat cup holder over here. So definitely the rear is not for people who want to sit in for long, and especially not for tall people. I think this is for aerodynamics, shark fin antenna. The design actually looks very nice on this car. Let's quickly get into the car, but look at this. Attention to detail is just something else. So here we are into the driver's seat of this car. Now you can see there are the controls for the power window. This is to adjust the rear view mirrors, and okay, I've got the RS keys over here. Let me turn on the car right away. So here it is turned on, and this is the button for the traction control. This is to open the boot. This is the adjustment of the brightness of the instrument cluster, and this is for the cruise control. These are the controls for the audio system, and basically you can decide if you want to pick up a call or reject it. And it also gets voice control over here. These are the controls for the cruise control system. Let me quickly use the wipers. Yeah, they do a very good job on this car. Meanwhile, these are the controls for the headlights, indicators and stuff like that. Steering feels very heavy, but it's nice and small, and the horn is nice as well. This is an infotainment system which is legible even in bright sunlight. It's all the systems you would expect. Let me quickly put it into reverse to show you the reverse camera of this car. Actually, you have to lift it and then put it into reverse. There it goes. So it doesn't get adaptive guidelines, it gets guidelines. These are the controls for the air conditioning. There's a large storage area over here. There's a 12-volt charging socket over here. There are twin cup holders over here, and there is a good amount of space below the center armrest, along with two USBs and one aux and one 12-volt charging socket. These are to heat the seats. Yeah, heating function on the seat. I would have appreciated cooling function, but probably it's not offered because it's a cold country where I am in right now. There's good amount of space in the glove box to keep stuff, and you can keep 1 liter bottle here as well. And the cabin does feel nice. There's this nice display over here which actually looks pretty nice, and this is the hazard light switch, which actually looks like a seat ejector. That's how it is. And let me quickly play the audio system for you right away. So here we go. It says audio player is not connected. Let me select device. Let me get into info. Actually, I would just prefer to play radio. So where do we go into radio? This is actually a little complex for my liking. How do we go back? Okay, this is not the best. Yeah, that is a slight problem, but the audio system isn't great on this car. You can see it tells you boost temperature, average consumption, as well as oil temperature over there, and also the AC, how like is the fan speed and stuff like that. So it is a display for all this over there. Meanwhile, let me come into home. Here we are into audio. Audio player is not connected. Get into source, get into FM, and selecting something and playing it right away. Okay, it's not catching network. Yeah, it is decent. The audio system is decent on this car, so that's a good thing. And overall the seats are very comfortable over here. I like it. Auto dimming inside your view mirror is not there in this car, and it gets a light over here on the sun visor. It gets a sunroof, and there's a mirror here as well. These are controls for the sunroof as well as the lights, which are placed over here. and the cabin actually feels quite nice, but it still feels a little old for 2018. After some effort, the hood has finally opened and gets hydraulic struts. This is the motor, the Subaru Boxer DIT engine. Now this engine is not an inline, it's a flat 4, and that's what really makes the difference in terms of performance. So that's that. Let's quickly get driving right away. All right, here we go. First gear, revving it all the way 7,000 rpm, and it just doesn't feel well fueled together, because the fueling feels very spiky and the gearbox is also very hard. The clutch is also very sprightly, so rather springy. So this isn't a very comfortable car, but my goodness, it is so loud. So it uses a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's a Boxer engine, and it makes all the right noises. The steering offers such good feel and feedback. The handling is also brilliant, but somehow it isn't very comfortable. So over here you can see the boost pressure, and this is a car which actually involves you while driving it. The suspension is really very stiffly sprung. But right now in third gear, as I get into the throttle, like the mid-range is flat, but post 5,000 rpm it goes absolutely berserk. So you can also opt for a CVT gearbox, an automatic, and that just keeps revving and revving due to the rubber band effect. Now this straight 4 engine produces 268 horsepower and 350 newton meters of torque. This is the WRX. So basically WRX is the sportier version of the Impreza, and then they have something called the STI. Basically the STI is the performance package which boosts power to almost 400 newton meters and 310 horsepower, and it also gets other upgrades which are more visual, like bigger wheels, 18-inch wheels. You can also, you know, decide on the differential how you want to transmit power. Obviously this is 4-wheel drive, and Subaru over here in the United States offers 4-wheel drive almost on all its cars, and that's one of the major highlights of this vehicle, because of the various weather conditions, especially in snow, you really need all-wheel drive. So right now I'm just going to slow down a bit, and I am going to come into second. The gearbox is hard to operate, and here revving the motor all the way, and look at the way it goes almost till 7,000 rpm. Sounds also pretty good. This turbo motor is just so phenomenal. Into third gear now. There is just no body roll as such. It feels so tight and well put together. The body control is just fantastic, and it just goes very pointed. It is so good around the corners. Just look at the way it leans. The clutch operation is very funny. It feels like you're maneuvering a stick. There seems no lubrication in this gear lever at all, and it just darts ahead as you get past the lag, the low end lag. Here right now in second gear, and it absolutely erupts past 5,000 rpm, nearing its red line, which is 6,750 rpm. Now let's quickly get into fifth gear. Here we are. Everything seems very relaxed. The motor is chugging along at 40 miles per hour under 2,000 rpm. Hard onto the throttle, there is no response, and yeah, around 3,000 rpm is where it starts get going. So the Impreza is a rival, rather the Impreza WRX. Now obviously it's not called as the Impreza WRX, it's just called as the WRX. It's become an independent model. It is obviously a rival to Mitsubishi's fantastic Lancer and Lancer Evolution series, and this one is just not comfortable. It's too stiff, it's very rugged, but in terms of performance and thrill, it is unbeatable. And priced under 30,000 US dollars, it is also very affordable. So if you're looking for a performance car, definitely this is something to look out for. What's the cost of this car right now?
This car is priced at $28,998.
And how old is it?
It's a 2018.
All right.
It's only got, what, 7,000 miles? Yeah, that's it.
And here we go. First gear, redlining it. Goes with 7,000 rpm, and the fueling is just very bad. Flooring it in second, it gets past 100 kilometers per hour here, Actually, it gets to exactly 100 kilometers per hour here. Subaru also offers a slew of safety technology. So you get lane keeping aid, you also get blind spot assist, and a lot of other technologies. Now these are also available with the Impreza, even the hatchback version. As you can see, this is a wonderful car. Can you just rev it? Yeah. Here we go. Oh my god, it sounds so awesome. So if you guys like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.